Sprite Lucas, just checking up on you. Making sure you're alive. Who's starting off?
You go, Leo.
Alright. My number one, I mean, playing that fucking game, is Silent Hill, man.
Silent Hill's your favorite horror movie?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't know, because it's like, it's not like super horror movie, it's just like, it's a mildly horror. And it's kind of interesting, it has a deep story. And that's like my introduction to like the game.
Mildly.
Okay.
Alright.
It's mildly horror. Because at the end, it's like kind of a deep, sad ending.
Okay.
Have you guys? Oh yeah, you guys.
I didn't see the movie.
I don't want to spoil it for you.
None of us have seen it.
I don't want
Yeah.
to spoil it for you.
I don't give a shit.
I don't either. I'm probably gonna forget anyway. So.
Who's in that movie? Liam Neeson?
Liam Neeson's not in that movie.
And it has a twist. So like when I first saw it,
I would
was like-
watch
I
it
was,
if Liam Neeson was in
mind
it.
blown at the end of the movie.
Alright, what happens?
So like, all right, so it starts out with this lady and her child, her little kid, right, and they're driving to somewhere. I forgot where they're driving to, but
Yeah.
they end up having to like go through Silent Hill, right? But they find, I forgot. Oh, there's a crack on the road, right? There's like a big fucking pothole crack, and so they didn't see it until like out of nowhere, and then
Nothing. Go.
Yeah, keep going.
and then they swerve and then they crash, right? And so when they wake up, everything looks kind of like pale and like kind of like foggy.
Well, yeah, they just had
Oh,
Kinda
yeah,
like in
from
the game?
trailer.
Yeah,
they just had crack.
I remember the trailer
Yeah.
for the movie.
yeah, and so like, so this woman, like, so the main character in the movie is the woman, right? And so she loses her kid, and she's trying to find the kid throughout Silent Hill.
She looked for Cheryl.
Yeah, she loses Cheryl. I
Alright.
actually don't remember what her name is. I think it might have been Cheryl.
Right now it's
I
Cheryl and
think,
Harry.
I think it was Jill Valentine.
Might have been Jill.
Do I need to look this up?
No.
Maybe.
Okay. Not looking it up.
Keep going.
Oh, it's super fucking bright. Jesus.
So yeah, and so who ends up also in
Yeah, bro?
this kind of
Yeah.
situation is this the cop that you see in the game, that lady cop, and so what the fuck is going on?
I don't know.
I'm joking on the fucking pencil.
I'm listening.
Okay.
I'm just listening.
Yeah, she ends up with the cop or whatever, and the cop was chasing her down because she was speeding, and so she kind of arrests her for like a couple like minutes or so, and then like these fucking weird like fucking demon shits come out of nowhere, and she starts,
Like actual like shits from a
No.
demon.
No, it's like I don't know how to explain them. It's like these fucking weird creatures.
Okay.
And they come out of nowhere, and so she starts shooting them, and she's like, "Oh fuck, we're in a crazy situation here. Gotta uncuff you." And so she's like, "We gotta find your child." Whatever. So they run through Silent Hill trying to find a child, and then they find out there's people living in this kind of like burnt down town, basically.
Doesn't this remind you of Resident Evil 4?
No.
Because you're playing a character who's looking for a girl, and you wind up in a fucking.
You mean
town.
the game or the movie?
Resident Evil 4, the game.
The game? Oh, I don't remember.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Go on.
No, carry on.
No, you go.
Yeah, what is it?
Yeah, how about I fuck you up?
What was it?
Anyway.
What was the last thing I said?
Something about stepping there.
What?
Oh,
It's
oh,
not
oh,
a
damn.
fucking
Lucas,
No,
Lucas,
it was
dude.
about
Oh yeah, so they go.
child,
Yeah, they find people that live in
whatever.
this burnt down town, and like
Oh,
they're
my
kind
head.
of fucking weird or whatever, and they have these like kind of like these hazmat suits, but they're very like old and whatever. And so, fuck, I don't know how to explain most of the middle stuff.
Just get to me.
Oh,
The
get
fuck
to the
you
end. All
laughing
right, so
at?
at the end, you find out that they all died during that car crash, and they kind of like they're in like limbo. They're-
What is wrong with you?
I don't know.
Some of this nigga's dumb. This nigga's retarded. Go ahead,
But yeah, the
Leo.
twist in the end is that throughout the whole movie they were dead and there were ghosts walking through Silent Hill. Silent Hills is like this ghost town.
Okay.
Yeah, hill. It's very quiet.
Yeah, and it was silent.
Alright. Yeah.
I mean, I
It
can
was
pretty much see that from the whole trailer.
Yeah.
Like that was the basis of it, but
Yeah.
yeah, definitely want to see it.
I thought it was The Mist.
Oh, that was a good movie.
The one with Thomas Jane?
Yeah.
Didn't they die? Didn't they all die at the end?
Yeah, they do.
Yes. That's
I
what
think
made
the
it
ones that
good.
survive are the ones that run away at first.
Oh. Lucas? Is that the only movie you want to
Wait,
talk
that
about?
was the Mist
I
was
really
the
like
one where they have the bridge at the edge
Saw,
of the town.
the first movie.
They
Okay.
run into it and then they
I
turn
think
around and
that's
run back.
fucking an amazing
I mean,
movie.
yeah,
Was
it
that
was
the
very
Fog?
innovative.
Yeah, low
no,
budget
that might be
and
The
it
Fog.
and it did its
Fog.
job.
Okay.
You know, I
I
can't,
can't
really,
remember
like,
which is which, but I remember seeing one of them.
Wait, what? The
oh,
fog?
Yeah, that was that the one where like they had the bridge at the edge of the town and then they run into it and then
Yeah,
some.
some Asian kid ran to the
That's
bridge
the one
and
with
died.
Superman
Well, they run
From
Fuck.
from Smallville.
they run into they
Yeah.
run out
fog,
onto
the
the bridge,
fog.
but then they wind up getting turned around and running back into the town.
You mean Cheaper by the Dozen?
Maybe.
Cheaper, but that doesn't.
I don't know. You know what? I'm just gonna Google shit.
What the fuck are you talking
Anyway.
About
about?
the movie.
You mean the intro for Full House?
He said Saw,
Yeah, Saw the first movie. Saw.
Ooh,
because that was very innovative.
Yeah.
yeah, it
That was
was.
low budget and like kind of.
It lost steam pretty fast, but the first one was impactful.
What?
Yeah.
Those shits lost steam pretty fast,
Yeah.
but the first one was
Yeah.
impactful.
Yeah,
not
because
that.
I think that has a tendency to happen with sequels.
Yeah, they fucking milked the fuck out of shit.
Because
There's
like
a
the
new-
first one catches you off guard and it's really popular, and then they want to just
The next
pour
one is like-
extra
yeah.
money.
There's
The next
another
was
one
like,
coming
It was no
out.
surprise anymore. They were just like, let's show them the glorious shit we can show them.
Yeah, because like there's no substance.
Well, it turned into torture porn essentially.
Yeah, pretty much.
because it happens with
Yeah,
like
sick
almost
fucking
every
steel
sequel
horror by the time
nowadays,
fucking
man.
Part 3 was coming up.
It's
Jesus.
just like there's no fucking substance,
Yeah,
and we're
that
just
one.
gonna repeat the same
Yeah.
shit that
Well-
caught you on the first one.
Well, I'm kind of interested because there's another one coming out in October.
Yeah, because they left
That's
the last
like a
one
prequel.
in the cliffhanger.
Well,
Well, this is a prequel.
Exactly. That's
Oh,
why
it's a
I'm
prequel.
interested
Yeah,
in
it's
it.
just about an
It's
origin
how
on
Jigsaw got to be.
Oh, isn't
Jigsaw.
it the Jigsaw movie?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Saw
what you're
Legacy, the Jigsaw story, whatever the fuck.
I don't know.
I don't know. I'm interested in it. It's.
Maybe, but
I'm gonna watch it, but
That's it?
that's all you got.
Fuck, what was the other one?
I don't know.
It's either between. Oh, Amityville Horror.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Not the original.
The remake?
the
The
remake.
remake with Ryan
Ooh.
Reynolds.
Really?
Yeah, which
Really?
people really hate, honestly.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of
People
them.
have like really said some bad things about that
I
movie.
mean, the original's a classic at this point.
Because I think it's one of those things where it was like people were so attached
Yeah.
to the original
Dude, stop it.
that they were just like, oh, this one is fucking doo-doo, without even fucking watching it.
Yeah. But I don't know. I kind of like that movie, and it's like Ryan Reynolds in like a situation. You've
But
never seen.
that's how I feel about my movie choice. But I'll get to that.
Oh, okay,
but,
yeah.
We'll get to that
But
later.
yeah, I like that movie because it's fucking good. I think it scares me enough. And I guess my last one would be so I did Silent Hill, Saw, Amityville Horror. Yeah, I guess that's it. Yeah.
All right.
Pretty sure there's other ones, but those are the ones that really
Cool.
Okay.
hit me in the bones.
Lucas, what do you got?
You pick?
Lucas doesn't really do horror movies like
he
that.
doesn't, that's true.
So his list is gonna be like 2.
Maybe
Nah.
one.
Man, the Fox and the Hound, that whole bear scene, man, that fucking horrified me.
Yo.
That's shit as a kid.
Get out of here.
Fucking
You're
hate
fine.
No. Would you count Signs as a horror film?
Signs?
Yeah.
I mean,
The
Sure.
alien flick?
Yeah.
Sure.
I don't know.
I mean, many.
I mean, if the
many
shit
consider
scared you,
thriller.
whatever, dude.
Yeah,
Well,
thriller, horror.
It's actually the first horror film ever, or horror slash whatever the fuck you want to call it.
well, I mean, it depends if you're a person who believes in aliens.
No,
Do you believe in aliens?
There's horror,
Yes.
thriller, and slasher.
Do we all believe in aliens?
I do.
Do we
I
believe in
believe in
aliens?
What do you mean?
Like, do you think there's
Do I believe in little green aliens?
Not
Not
necessarily
little
little
green
green men, but
do I
like,
believe there's intelligent life outside of our planet?
Yes.
Yeah, sure.
all right.
Absolutely. I'd find it hard to believe it if there wasn't.
But is it possible that they could be little green men?
aliens.
Well, not that, but
Is it a possibility?
I don't know.
I don't know about like that.
I don't know. Maybe Dragon Ball Z, those fucking.
Piccolo?
No.
No,
The
the
Mechians?
No,
Is there a little
fucking-
Piccolo out
The
there?
dudes who kill
The Cybermen.
Tien, Yamcha, and,
Cybermen.
Send me some Namekians.
You mean the seeds, the fucking Cybermen that they create?
yeah,
Cyberman?
technically alien.
Yeah, yes.
Either way, back to signs.
Signs, I guess. What other part?
What was special about that though?
Yeah, well, what did
It scared the crap out of me.
Okay.
Yeah, but why? How?
I was a kid. When
Elaborate.
I saw it. Yeah,
Was it
I,
Bruce-
I saw it in the
Willis?
theaters. I basically hid under my shirt the most of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And I just couldn't do horror films, so.
I don't know, imagine like him took his shirt off and
No, it was something like this. Like I would just go.
No, I understand what you meant, what you did. I'm just saying, I don't know why. I'm
It's just
taking
it's
his
just
shirt
funnier picturing you with your shirt off. You just got your bare chest.
Off. It's like just his head is
Yeah.
under the shirt. The rest.
I seen Halloween 2, Friday the 13th,
Well, those are classic.
Texas the
Did they
Texas
scare you?
Chainsaw Massacre.
The original?
Well, no, I've seen them when I was older, so no.
Yeah,
they
but
didn't
those
scare
in
me.
your top 5.
Uh,
I don't care about what you see, and I care what your top 5 is.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. So you got Signs. Is that your number one? Did that scare you the most?
That's what was scarred me the most.
Yes, that's what it is.
It's never be the same again.
It could be top 5, scary movies that fucked you up. Or
Yeah,
it could be your favorite.
because that's
Top
what
five
my number
movies.
one is. My number one is what fucked me
The
up
one
the
that
most.
fucked you up. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway,
So
what
just
you
pick
got?
and choose. You're gonna do your 5 favorites or the
Just-
like
just
five
get
top
back
5
to
that
me.
fucked you up?
All right, we'll
Get
come
back
back.
to you.
Yeah.
Okay.
What about
you
The
got?
Grudge? Have you seen that one?
I've seen it.
What about the Ring?
Did that
The
fuck you up?
Ring, The Omen.
What about The Grudge versus The
What
Ring?
about Leo's little mustache?
That's the scariest movie ever.
Yeah. Nice. All
I
right.
just wanted to have a handlebar mustache.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Marcos,
I
you
look
up?
fucking retarded anyway.
Me?
Yeah. You,
Uh.
I mean, if we're going around the circle,
Okay.
you're next.
So my top horror movie, you guys well know this,
Mm-hmm.
Halloween.
Yeah.
That's a good movie.
I think it's just because it was
The
so.
titties.
There was a lot of titties in it. There was. But I think it was just so innovative at the time
Yeah.
because
Mhm.
it hadn't. That just hadn't been done before.
It was like creating something impactful
Yeah,
with
First person view of
being
the
very
killer.
simple,
exactly.
not taking
They-
it to.
They did it like with like a $300,000 budget. Fucking 1978.
Yeah, man. And I mean, the only thing bad that came out of it is like, that canary was definitely raped.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, man. Nah, but like prior to that, horror movies were like shit like fucking Dracula and Frankenstein,
Mhm.
Yeah.
and this was the first of its kind where there was actually like a stalker type thing,
Oh, okay.
and you just didn't like they never gave you any context clues as to why he was stalking this woman who was just a fucking baby 17-year-old babysitter.
Yeah.
You didn't know why. And you didn't find out until the very last second of the sequel that it was his sister all along.
What came? Did Halloween come first before Night of the Living Dead, or was that?
I'm not
Night
sure.
of the Living Dead probably came first. Give me 2 seconds.
But that's
think it-
zombies, though.
Yeah,
That's so horrible.
The
That's-
zombies.
it's
yeah.
just that
That's
that
its own genre,
particular
basically.
Yeah.
era in genre and
It
in
was,
horror.
It's
The
slasher
genre-
film. It
It
became.
was the
just
genre
started
Yeah.
slasher genre.
of. It was the genre of basically making movies that you're just like,
Yeah.
this is plausible and this could actually fucking happen.
Exactly.
And
Yeah.
that's what really like scared the shit out of people.
That was like the feeling that people got in 1978 going to see in theaters. It's like, holy fuck, anybody could put on a fucking mask and in the dark of the night just go around sneaking into people's houses and cutting them up.
Yeah.
And then that actually sparked all these other ones like fucking Nightmare on Elm Street and Friday the 13th and all that other shit.
And created the Zodiac.
So Night of the Living Dead came out in 1968. Halloween was 78.
78. Yeah.
Okay.
Full 10 years later.
Rob Zombie.
Yeah, but zombies are like a different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not like
It's,
the
it's
slasher.
definitely a thing like okay, that's scary, but like that's not
Yeah.
gonna fucking happen.
Yeah.
So once you walk out the movie theater, you're great.
I don't know. They created the United States Zombie, whatever the fuck, the Federation organization.
Oh yeah, that's a real thing.
Yeah.
Well, my cousin's boyfriend, the current
Is
Windows,
He a member?
huh?
Is he a member?
I don't know what the fuck he's up to, but he's fucking insane. The current windows on his house,
Yeah.
he bought because they were zombie rated. I don't know what that means. Like
It means if
what
you
I'm
lean on it, it
assuming,
won't break.
what I'm assuming is, what I'm assuming happened was two dudes stood in the lab with pieces of like pork, and they threw them at the windows. And if it didn't break, they were like, "Yep, it can stand up to a zombie."
But you
Yeah,
can't.
you
Next.
throw an entire pig at that window. It'll be fine.
It's good. Go.
Well, but you can't really judge that. Zombies don't know how to hold back.
I understand that.
Also, you
That's
know,
why I'm very confused
even
by
if
it.
there are zombies, you have no idea how zombies are gonna react or be like.
Yeah, like are
You
they
don't know if they're gonna be like those slow motherfuckers
Yeah.
that are popular. You don't know if they're gonna be like, you know,
the
World War Z fucking like
the creepy-
zombies that
the
climb on
creepy
each other.
gray ones from Warm
Or,
Bodies?
or you could have
that
the,
one.
Or you could have the teenage drama zombies that you fall in love with.
Ah.
They start necrophilia or some
Zombie
bullshit.
high.
No, that, what?
No.
No, was
Oh.
that the one with Franco's little brother? No, that was some other guy that looked kind of like Franco's little brother.
Yeah, like he falls in love with like this girl or something.
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, of course he would know.
What are you talking
A
about?
love story, a love horror story.
Yeah.
A love horror story. This nigga's gay.
yeah. Hold on, I know it.
Wait, what are you talking about?
I know what it is. Just keep talking.
Wait, what are you talking about? The zombie love story?
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like a zombie love story.
That's Warm Bodies.
That's one.
There you
Bodies,
go,
right?
that's it.
Yeah,
Warm
that's the one that I
Bodies.
was just talking about.
Yeah.
That's what I was saying. I like that movie actually.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
Steve, you're a teenage girl and a man.
Oh,
you
Warm
are-
Bodies.
Why'd you pull a Lucas?
It's
retarded.
fucking
Oh, I think it's
asshole.
I think it's one bodies.
It's fucking
No,
idiot.
2013.
It may be something
A
about like,
highly
you know,
unusual
Anyway.
hot
zombie.
bodies.
Alright, Marcus, continue.
Keep going.
Much to like what Leo was saying, I actually, with Halloween, a lot of people will say the original is the best. And while it is an important piece to like the horror genre, I actually prefer the remake they did on the original, the Rob Zombie one.
The first one though.
Yeah, the first one because the sequel sucked. But
Sequel's fucking ass.
but I think I liked it more because it gave you that backstory on Michael Myers. It told you
Right.
why his childhood was so fucked and why he grew up to be the way that he was.
Oh my god.
But I guess people's
Nigga, turn your
complaints
brightness
were that took the scariness out of the story, which the original, didn't have.
Yeah.
His fucked up childhood. So I get that argument on the other side.
I think the reason for that argument is that people don't want. People are more afraid of having someone who
The
kills
unknown.
without any reason why.
Yeah, it's the unknown.
Which is why a lot of people
What?
found Attack on Titan scary, is because
What takes the fear out of the remake was it gave you a sense that you could reason with him.
Yeah.
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 It gave you a sympathy factor
Yeah.
on the character. You felt for him.
Whereas like the original's like
this guy's just killing for fun.
you don't fucking stop and talk.
Yeah.
You better boogie or you gonna fucking die.
Yeah.
Any other
yeah.
movies?
I mean, there's other horror movies and shit like that, but to me, there's nothing that compares to Halloween.
There's the gallows.
Well, the gallows. See,
Oh.
okay, if we want to talk
Fuck.
about the gallows, we can talk about the gallows. See, I actually really love the gallows because I feel like once that era of horror movie where it's like the stalker slasher type thing, it ended. Like people got bored of that shit.
Yeah.
We went into a paranormal stage,
Oh
with,
yeah.
like
that was my
paranormal
other
activity, shit like that, right?
Now we have
But then,
Annabelle and
like that got old. after a while. And I really feel like the Gallows took the slasher era
And brought it
the
back.
paranormal era and combined it into one and made it work also on a small budget and just one great
I
idea.
don't know about the slasher though.
It did. It was a slasher because this entire time you're thinking that that's an actual person stalking them out
Yes.
with the fucking with the noose.
Yeah.
And then you come to find out at the end it was a ghost.
Yeah.
So it was like they took both.
Yeah. 'Cause
And I thought that was so unique because that really, you know, that never crossed my mind that you can do that.
Yeah.
Like making a ghost
Yeah.
and an actual person.
Yeah, like the whole time you give the illusion that it's the old school slasher, and then at the end you have a plot twist. It's a fucking ghost.
Yeah.
What the fuck is that?
Right.
That's some shit that shouldn't even happen.
Yeah, I was like, that's why I left that theater. My mind was blown that day.
It's like me and He-Man are out.
Me and He-Man are
I
out of
think
here.
I could have watched that Channing Tatum what's the fucking Channing Tatum movie with it?
Magic Mike?
Yeah.
Magic Mike.
Yeah, remember when I was trying to say, oh, you know what, fuck that movie, I'm gonna go watch Magic Mike.
I mean,
Yeah, when we were waiting online.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
okay.
mean, Magic Mike wasn't a
What
bad
was that?
movie.
That was just us three?
Yeah, it was just us three.
Yeah, I didn't
We
go.
went to that theater that was
In the crazy
In the hood.
Yeah.
What? Which one?
We went to
Linden?
Linden.
Oh my God.
Linden
Oh.
Where
Boulevard.
do you guys live?
Oh God.
Yo, and the crazy shit was
Yo, we
we
love
took
that
the
shit.
worst like
Oh,
walk
we went to
because we got off the
back of
bus
hotel, right?
and then we had to cross that big ass street. I forget what it was called.
Oh,
What?
the conduit.
Yeah, the conduit. We had to
Oh,
cross the
fuck.
conduit, and we almost got stuck in traffic.
Oh
and
my
then we
God.
went through this like fence that leads to
Behind
like
a
a
hotel.
dead end street.
Behind like a hotel with like
That looks
strippers and
it
Yeah,
looks
yeah,
like
yeah.
there was dead bodies there.
Yeah.
And then we're walking like through the fucking projects and shit.
That was the best trip ever.
Yeah, it was. It was mad fun
That was a
though.
horror movie on its own.
It was mad
Wow.
fun though.
Wow.
I've been in, like around that area like 3 times.
I always
Never
drive
again.
by it, but
Never
never
back.
stop by it.
Nah.
Nah, you don't stop.
You
Nah,
don't
you
stop
keep
on that
moving.
shit.
Don't
You just
stop
keep
there. It's just
walking.
Like, that's why they put the conduit here, son, so you don't stop.
Yeah, you just keep walking, and that's what we did.
I used to wait for the bus right next to the projects. That was terrible. GG. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And
So
what else?
yeah, I mean it's Halloween, and like what I said about the Gallows, but
Oh yeah.
I mean everything else doesn't seem to faze me when it comes to horror movies like that.
Well, I mean, me neither. But like, I kind of like enjoy just the story and like,
Well, I mean there's other ones that
you know, just like
you could sit there and enjoy the story, like Nightmare on Elm Street. That's cool.
yeah.
You know, I
Just,
like the story on
impact
that.
of the movie, or just like because it's just fun to watch
Yeah,
it.
but it's like there's certain things that I can't really like get with because they just fuck it up.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's like you start off awesome with Nightmare on Elm Street. You have this very serious character, Freddy Krueger, and then all of a sudden you have him doing fucking comedy bits in all the sequels. And he did that shit with like fucking Chucky, and then like Jason gets out of control. It's like, what the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing, man? You lose sight of these characters, and
Yeah, we need more Freddy versus Jason.
no, we don't need more of that.
No.
That shit was doo doo.
No, that's no.
I don't know, Jason won. I think that's a victory.
He didn't technically win.
I know.
Oh, they're doing. Aren't they doing another?
That's where that shit goes.
After that one.
Told you to stop.
Jason versus Mike.
No, Freddy Krueger movie. Aren't they doing another one?
I don't know.
Um,
I hope
What's the
not.
point
Just
anymore?
let it go.
What's the point?
Yeah.
Just let it go.
They should make a Slender
You good?
Man movie.
And he goes back to fluffing it. Good.
What you, Steve?
I say you got
Um,
one
you're
movie.
Yeah, me.
Eh,
Top one.
Nah, I got 2 actually.
I don't have much to say.
I got 2, and they're my top 2 because they, like, in real life, fucked me up.
Okay.
So, the first one happened. I was probably like 13
Yeah.
when it finally hit me. When it fucked me up. But I saw it when I was younger. I saw the original Friday the 13th.
Okay.
Okay.
I probably saw that shit when I was like 8 because I was stupid. And then when like 13, 14, I was in Boy Scouts, and
Oh, that's why.
No.
Good lord.
That's why.
We stayed at Camp Crystal Lake.
Oh, fuck. Dude, what?
That's a real camp.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, it's in Jersey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, it's actually not that far. It's like
Shitty.
maybe
Right
an
at the
hour
ice.
away.
We should go.
Yeah.
Did
Dude,
they actually
I
film
would.
it
Hell
there?
no.
I
Or is that just the name of the park?
no, it's the actual Camp Crystal Lake,
Yeah.
Lucas.
They shot the film.
Yeah.
Shot there, everything. So like I know it's just a movie, but
I don't know.
you're
You should
in the
go-
place where it's
You
famous.
should go skinny dipping.
The people from there are gonna fuck with you.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Alright,
of course they are.
So, us being a bunch of stupid kids, we're, staying up late, walking around without flashlights, being assholes next to the lake,
Yeah.
there's people that know the fucking woods like the back of their hands fucking with us the entire time.
Oh my god.
And, like, I think I cried for, like, an entire day
Oh shit.
because I was that, like, fucking traumatized. And I was just like, I'm not leaving my tent. I'm not moving. I'm not going to do the merit badges. I'm not eating. I'm not doing anything. If I leave the tent, they fuck with me. If I stay in here, I'm safe.
Did anyone
like-
ever dress up as Jason or?
I
They probably did.
I
like,
don't
the
know.
Noises or,
I only went by the lake the one day. After that, I was done. I only went near where I had to go, and it was there and back to my tent, and that was the end of it. The only other place I spent time was the rifle range, for obvious reasons, because I had safety there. I could protect myself. So there was that.
Shotgun.
Yeah, that was really what it is. I got rifles, I got shotguns, I got all the ammo I could ever need. I can fucking win.
Jason doesn't die.
Oh no, listen, you pump enough shotgun shells
He
into
also-
anybody,
he
they'll
also-
die.
He also teleports. So.
That's fine. Listen, it's fine.
Yeah, based
That's
on
not
the
an
game.
actual fucking
know.
superpower that he has or something.
No,
No,
based
it's
on
dumb.
the game, he can teleport.
Come on, I don't want to hear that
Confirms
shit.
Yeah.
Game
Damn.
confirmed.
So there was that one, and then really just the only other one that fucked me up was Saw 3.
Saw 3.
Yeah.
What was that one?
And it was only one scene in it that fucked me up, and it it's the Vitruvian Man trap. The black dude's strapped and he's got his arm, his limbs locked in place, and they start twisting.
Oh.
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
that shit fucked me up. I saw it on Halloween,
Uh-huh.
and like just the amount of blood and
Fucking
gore
drove on
and the
myself.
sound of bone snapping
Yeah.
physically like made me throw up.
Oh shit.
Like I was sitting in my friend's basement, we were all watching it, and I left the room. They were like, "What's going on with him?" They come outside to find me just puking on the front lawn.
Did you clean it up?
Jesus.
Yeah,
Oh.
it cleans up a little bit.
All right, so I'm gonna warn you. If you watch Silent Hill, there might. Be
Oh,
some
I know.
stuff.
Well,
Okay.
that was a couple years ago.
Okay, I'm just saying.
I had
You
only.
ain't no bitch now.
I
baby.
think part of it was the fact that, I watched the movie at like 10 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
From 10 o'clock in the morning, I had eaten nothing but Reese's peanut butter cups all day long. Probably had about 40 of them.
How'd you survive?
Dude, you have a terrible diet,
I
man.
do. It's bad.
Yeah, you're skinny. What
It,
the fuck is
listen,
with
no,
this?
I've cleaned myself up a little bit since then. Not much.
still eat a
just
lot of pizza, don't
just
you?
enough. What?
You still eat a lot of pizza, don't you?
Yeah, that's fine. It's fine. It's got 3 food groups. But yeah, so
Yeah, there's
tomatoes are fruit,
tomato and cheese.
crust is bread, and cheese
Yeah,
is
you get
dairy.
pepperoni, that's
Yeah,
meat.
man.
So that,
I get chicken on it.
Whatever
so
you say.
It's a meat. But yeah, those are like the only real ones that got me. Other than I've watched all of the Saw movies. I've seen all of the Friday the 13th, all the Nightmare on Elm Streets. I've seen them all. They don't really get to me. It was really just those two, and mainly the first one, Friday the 13th,
Yeah.
because that was like like Saw 3. That was like
I think it was just a reaction to like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
it
more
it
than,
was like
being
I see-
traumatized.
I think it was mostly the peanut butter cups, but it was the peanut butter cups plus the gore,
Yeah.
which is what I have the problem with. Like, even like when I cut myself, like while working, like I have like my first reaction is like my throat tightens up like I'm about to throw up, and then I'm like, no wait, it's just a little bit, and it's my blood. It's all good.
Meanwhile, I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah. meanwhile, Vin takes fucking selfies with it, and just like,
videos.
oh look, I'm getting new stitches, yay!
Oh yeah, I remember the
What?
when you fucking
The plate glass.
no, like when we were in fucking college and he
Oh.
cut himself and then he drew the fucking
Oh,
the face on it.
face on your
He's like-
finger.
Avenge me. Avenge me. He's just like, and he fucking dies.
Yeah. We gotta have that video around here somewhere.
Yeah.
Somebody has to have it.
I think you put it on Facebook, didn't you?
Yes,
Yeah.
maybe. But yeah, like those are really the only two that got me.
Bitch me.
Like
Yeah.
Alright, Vin, your turn.
Vin.
I remember that one.
Yeah.
I'm actually quite interested to see what
All right, Vinny.
Vin picks as this video.
What? Mine's?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're up.
Mine's is not really that in depth as everybody else. Like everybody else got a lot of thought into it. Mine's is really just like which one I really liked.
That's fine.
There's some that are like, you know, they fucked me up, but it fucked me up for like a little bit. And really, the only ones that fucked me up are like the paranormal ones.
Yeah.
The paranormal movies fucked me up, and mainly it's because of all the shit that I've heard from my family
Yep.
about ghosts and shit in Mexico. And like when you go out there, and you're out there in the fucking middle of the night, and honestly, like the moon is like the brightest thing. You know, there's not really a whole lot of street lamps.
Hey.
It's dark as fuck. There's random dogs here and there, and there's like shit in the bushes, and you hear stuff, and you're like, fucking hell. I gotta run. Gotta boogie. Fucking die. But like they never stand out, and they never last. The scares never last. Like I'll get over it after like a day or two. And it'll be out of my mind. But I think like the best movie, the one that I always like will go back to, and that I always remember was like the first horror movie that I could sit down and watch it over and over and over again was 13 Ghosts.
Ooh.
And I don't know if you guys saw it.
Yeah.
No, I haven't.
You haven't
I
seen it?
have.
No.
You guys seen? No, nobody else has seen 13
I
Ghosts?
have.
I've seen parts, not all.
Steven has.
Alright, so I love 13 Ghosts because it was
I haven't seen it in God knows
it
how
was
long.
so it's like the story of family. They're kind of, you know, they're poor. They're not doing so well, but like their uncle, like the kids are like the guy's brother or his uncle passes away or something, and he leaves like his estate and whatever to him, right? But the uncle was he was kind of power hungry, and he found I like stuff with lore.
Right.
I've told this to Lukasz before because like, you know, one of the things I loved about Metro Prime was like all the fucking lore that's in the game.
Yeah.
But that's kind of what I liked about it. They like incorporated like this book of like I forgot what the hell the name of the book was.
Hold on.
For 13 Ghosts?
Yeah, the name of the book, I can't remember what it's called, but basically in the book it describes how you get the eye, which is I can't remember it too much because it's been a long time, but like you get the eye, and like the eye is supposed to be like the all-powerful thing that you get from like, you know, the devil or some shit. And the way you gotta get it is you have to capture these ghosts, and each ghost has a name, and they're recorded. There's like there's these ghosts that roam around, and you gotta capture these 12 ghosts in order to like get the eye.
Mm-hmm.
And so his uncle is basically like, you know, a power hungry guy. He has like this psychic dude that's with him that can like tell where the ghosts are by touching shit. He's like kind of like Vibe, you know, who kind of like Vibe shit.
Oh.
So he built like his estate is basically this house of glass that he built. It's like, but it's not like a house. At the end of the movie, you find out it's a machine. It's a machine built to like keep the ghosts in, and when they're all in there, activate the eye. So he goes around capturing all these ghosts, and they end up at the house. They go to the house. They stay there. It's like, this is your house, and then like shit starts going wrong immediately. And one by one, the ghosts start being released, and they start fucking like chasing everybody, and like the ghosts were so like the best thing about the movie was the ghosts and how like unique each one was. But my favorite ones are obviously the most powerful ghosts, right? So like as the numbers went up, the ghosts got more and more stronger.
Yeah.
Like they were crazier and crazier. So in the beginning of the movie, he was catching the final ghost, the Juggernaut, and it was like this big fucking mountain, dude. And when he died, it was like there's actually a story. There's like, it doesn't go into it in the movie, but if you buy which I bought the DVD, so if you buy the DVD, there's like all the special content, and like in the special content, it goes through like the backstory of all the ghosts. So the Juggernaut was like this big motherfucker that worked in a junkyard or some shit, and I think he died because like basically a storm of bullets. Basically, it's like, you know, the police or some shit came and they just like blasted the shit out of him. It took like fucking hundreds of bullets or something to kill him. But what he would do is he would kill people with his bare hands. Like he would rip you to fucking pieces with his bare hands because he was like a fucking giant. Then there was the Hammer, who was a blacksmith, who was like lynched or some shit. Like, you know, when blacks weren't like very popular.
Wait, he was a blacksmith who was black?
Yeah. So what they did was they chopped off his arm.
Yeah.
He ended up with his hammer, like, basically nailed onto his arm, and just like impaled with a bunch of nails. That's how they fucking killed him.
Shit.
So he comes back like that, and the way he'll fucking kill some of these dudes is he'll like, you know, try to hit him with his fucking hit him with his hammer, like knock him down, and then once he got you there, he'll like rip nails out of his fucking body and just like start nailing you.
Oh shit.
And then the one before that, I think, the one that scared me the most was the Jackal. The Jackal was the one that scared me the most. Because he was like he was an insane motherfucker. Right? He was like a mental patient. And in order to keep him safe or whatever from himself, like, they strapped him down. You know, he had the strap, what do you call that shit?
Straight jacket.
Straight jacket on.
Yeah.
He had the fucking straight jacket on, and to protect himself from like chewing himself up, because they're like in the lore or in the story, his backstory was like that. I think they were saying like he would actually like bite himself and like chew himself up.
Ooh.
Yeah.
And so what they did was he was like, there was like another like fucking key piece to his outfit was he had a cage on his head that keeps him from fucking, you know, biting himself.
I think I might watch this movie.
It's mad good. It's a
really good movie, actually.
I fucking love that movie. And it did kind of scare me, but I think all the joy that I got out of it like trumped all the fear that I ever got from that movie. I swear I try to get when I remember, I try to get everyone to watch it.
Yeah. It's a good movie.
It was definitely like the best horror movie. And then I don't really have any other ones.
What about
They all like fade.
What about Tucker and Dale versus Evil?
That's a good
That's
one.
a parody. That shit is fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it is.
Oh God, he's Dracula like a dog. That shit killed me.
It's an amazing movie.
The other one
They're
was
making a second one.
I guess. See, I don't want to do this because it's gonna open a can of worms.
What?
Because when I started thinking about movies, I couldn't think about anything that really stood with me. But the only thing horror genre that stood with me was the game Darkness.
Oh.
Eternal Darkness for the GameCube.
Okay.
I thought it was more kitty.
Huh?
I thought it was more kitty than anything.
More what?
Kitty.
Kid-like.
Kid-like.
Childlike.
Have you played it?
I haven't played it.
No, it just looked kind of kitty.
You're a kitty.
What?
I don't know.
You should play it.
What? So
It's
what's
good.
the basis of the game?
I feel like if that was a movie, it'd be cool. So basically, in that one, it's again like it has a bunch of lore in it, and I fucking love it because of that. So there's, when you start off the game, you're like, when you start off the game, you're like a Roman. You're a Roman, and you're going into like a temple or some shit.
Yeah.
And it's just that, you know, like fucking skeletons start coming up, and you kill them motherfuckers, and then you get to the end of the temple.
Huh?
What are you doing?
Nothing.
You get to the end of the temple, and there's I think in that one there's like 4 pedestals, and each one has like a like a little rune on it.
Yeah.
And each one's like a different color. So you got like blue, like a blue one, a green one, a red one, and a purple one. I don't remember all their names. Ulrock was one, and then Mantarok was the purple one, and I don't remember the other two. But it turns out that they're like that guy that you play, the Roman. He grabs. I think you end up grabbing Mantarok with him, but like that's the one that he chooses. And Mantarok is like this, some like I don't know. They're like some like cosmic beings or some shit. And through the ages, this guy basically tries to get the other runes, or like to destroy the other ones. And you get a bunch of different endings depending on what you pick, right? So like if you pick, you can only pick one at the beginning of the game. You start, the one that you pick with, I think is like a Egyptian dude or girl. You pick a rune with her, and then that basically like tells what the rest of the game is gonna be like. Because the other three deities, the blue, the red, and the green, they're all like, it's kind of like Mega Man, where like, where like each one is like weak to the other one, but strong against the other one.
Okay.
So depending on which one you pick, you know, you have to like develop the game. You have to play the game as is.
Okay.
But it's fucking awesome. I fucking beat that game so many, like played it so many times to play with all the characters, and different cutscenes for every time for every rune that you pick.
Yeah.
And what's cool about it is that you don't play with one, like the thing follows the end of like a line of a lineage, right?
Yeah.
At the end of the lineage, there's one person left. It's like this girl, and she's investigating like how her grandfather died, because he died kind of like weird in his house, like torn to fucking pieces kind of shit. And so they're investigating that. So you go into her grandfather's like study, you find his secret study, you go into it, and he has all this like old fucking he has all this old, you know, like all this old text and scrolls and like artifacts and shit like that. And every time she reads something, she goes like back in time to someone else in her lineage, like back in time, and sees like what they did, what they chose, how they died, and then they're recorded inside of this book made of like human skin or some shit. And you go through the ages like that, following like people from different eras until you get back to her, and then you end up finding out that like their house is built on top of like the ruin or some shit. And you gotta go to the basement and defeat the fucking like deity. You just gotta play that game. If it was a movie, that shit would be fucking amazing.
Yeah, it would.
It probably fucked
It might
up,
get a
man.
little confusing
I mean, because it
because the game
like,
jumps back and forth
yeah,
a
but
lot.
like there's movies that have done it before and they like really fuck it up.
Yeah.
You know, like Vantage Point kind of lost me at some point.
Oh yeah.
I'm like, okay, I saw this like 1,000 times.
Yeah, for real. I was you're like, oh my god, it's this again.
I'm like, I'm fucking done with this. I'm gonna go get some popcorn, man. I'll be back.
Never come back.
But I think then, I guess, if that was a movie, that'd be my second one.
Yeah.
Alright.
But if not, then I guess it would be, it would probably have to be like paranormal.
Paranormal
First one?
Activity.
Nah, the fourth one, the one with the Mexicans.
Oh.
'Cause that shit was fucking hilarious. That shit was like hilarious,
Yeah, it's
but
mad
also like
stupid.
mad scary.
Oh, weird. Yeah.
That shit, I fucking love that movie. So that had to be my second pick. Just out of like shit that I enjoyed.
So,
I enjoyed fucking Halloween, the remake.
Yeah.
After
that's
like I saw it here.
Mikey.
Mikey, I was good to you, Mikey. I was like, no, don't kill him, Mikey.
Machete.
Machete. Killed him.
Because I remember I was telling Vin to watch that for a while.
Machete in limbo now. It's a little
Because I showed him the bloopers and he started dying on the
I was
bloopers.
dead, man.
Yeah.
It's
Because
like,
clearly
canary.
this canary's been raped.
Clearly, this canary's been raped.
It's like Mrs. Myers. brought you in here to tell you that your son is a right nutter.
Yeah. Oh, you know what else I just remembered?
What you got?
Body Parts.
Body.
It's a really old movie. The only reason I remember is because it was like a. I used to be, I was a kid that always went out and played. I never was like inside, and if I was always I always had somebody to play with. But when I didn't, I had to like find some. Like there was one time where I actually started watching. There was like a little phase that I went through where I wanted to watch movies.
Yeah.
And we had a VHS, and we had like some tapes around, and like a lot of them were like family tapes. I'm like, I want to see that shit. I saw like three Ninja Strike Back, so that shit stopped working. I saw there was a movie about some dude that fixes shit. Oh no, that he tries to fix shit, but he's better at fucking shit up than he is at fixing it. He falls for a girl that like is good at fixing shit.
Fix the Phoenix.
Yes.
What?
Yes,
Nigga.
yes,
Yeah,
fix it, yes. In VHS.
Oh god.
But there was two that I watched. I watched just because I like enjoyed like being scared. Because they brought me to that point where I was just like, but not to the point where I'm like, fuck, I don't want to be here anymore. It's like, fuck this, just throw the TV, I don't want to watch anymore. There was Misery and Body Parts. So Misery is about some like lady, some dude, some like book writer.
That's the Stephen King novel, right?
Yeah.
Oh, the Stephen King thing, yeah.
Okay, I like that one. I like that one.
Oh,
I like that one.
that's a Stephen King book. Right?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, Leo, what Lucas and Steve said.
That's a good one.
But yeah, it's about like a author. He's like, he's got like a line of he's got a very popular series. He ends up in a crash, and he's saved by this lady who's like to her she's like, I'm your number one fan. She takes care of him. She's like, lays in bed, and it goes wrong like right off the beginning. She's like, what are you gonna do with the next book? And he's like, I think I'm gonna kill her off. I think it's over. And she's like, she just spazzes out.
She fucking loses it.
Like, what? You gonna kill? Yo, she buys him a typewriter and mad fucking paper.
Yeah.
So that he could rewrite. So he could like write the last chapter and keep her alive.
So the whole thing is he has already written the end of the book.
Yeah,
The end of the series.
Okay, so he wrote
and
the end of the
she
series.
finds it.
No, he gives it to her to read.
No, she finds it in his stuff because he's unconscious while she's taking care of him. And then when she's there, when he wakes up, and she's like, well, I read the manuscript, and no, you're going to fucking rewrite this shit. And he's like, what? She's like, well, you can't just end it. Your fans love you. Like, you need to keep going. He's like, all right, whatever, I'll rewrite some shit. I'm still going to publish that one, but fuck you. So he winds up rewriting shit, and every time she doesn't like it, she, like, cripples him more.
Yeah.
Like, there's the one scene, like,
With the ankles?
yeah.
Oh
You know
my
exactly
God,
what I'm going
that
to.
was terrible.
She straps him, she has him strapped down to the bed. She takes a 2x4 and places it between his ankles and just hits each foot with a sledgehammer. Because, like, he's finally gotten to the point where he can start walking again after the accident.
Yeah.
And she's just like, nope.
She's like, you're not leaving until you finish this book.
That, and then afterwards she locks him in the basement, and then the
Kills the
cops
fucking
come and she
cop.
starts shooting them. It's fucking wild.
If you don't want to watch that movie, you could watch like the parody episode of Family Guy.
Yeah, the Family Guy did an episode with Stewie and
Stewie
Brian.
plays the girl.
Yeah.
Stewie plays the lady.
Stewie plays
He
the
goes
lady.
out in a fucking tricycle to go get groceries.
Brum, 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 brum. Brian, it's not working. Brum, brum, brum. I think I'm gonna flood it. Brum. It's fucking
That shit was
dumb.
hysterical.
But yeah,
But
that was a
pretty
good one. That's a good one.
Body Parts would be probably my third one, just because that's memorable. It was about a guy who he gets into like a car crash. He gets ejected from his fucking car, like straight through through his windshield.
Should he be dead?
He is.
How very astute of you.
Fucking movie, Lucas.
I see you know anatomy.
So anyway, he survives, but he has to lose his arm, right? and they're like, we can give it back to you. It's still very I think it was experimental. I don't remember, but I think it's very experimental. But we can get you we can give you an arm. We have a donor arm. Oh, I'm not sure how they got it, but anyway, the point is they put the fucking arm on him, and he's good after the therapy. Everything is working, but I think the arm has the consciousness of the previous owner in it.
I did see that one.
Oh.
Possessed.
I vaguely remember that movie.
Well, there's been a lot of like parody things of it.
Idle Hands.
No, but I remember.
But this is a really
Yeah,
old.
Idle
This is an
Hands,
the older movie.
That shit was
Yeah,
good.
I was just looking it up. It's like it's like 60s or something.
Yeah, it's really old.
Yeah,
way
I
back.
vaguely remember that movie.
It's really old.
Yeah.
Light parts.
Oh no, never mind. Maybe
It's
not.
probably like 80s. I don't know about 60s.
Maybe there was two of them. I don't know. This one is 91 actually.
Was he?
What's that?
Take your brightness down.
That is the brightness down, dumbass.
Oh. So what? No, this is it.
Is it?
Yeah, this is one. This is one I
Oh.
saw.
Sweet.
Starring
it.
Jeff. Whatever the fuck his name is.
Goldblum.
No.
Yeah, it's this dude.
No, not Jeff Goldblum.
Jeff Bridges?
Fahey.
No,
Yeah.
someone with an F.
That's the one.
Fari?
Fahey or some shit.
Fahe?
Fahey.
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 Okay, alright, relax.
Alright.
Fahey.
Relax there.
Gee.
Cheryl.
Cheryl.
Oh, jeez.
He said Cheryl.
Fuck you, Cheryl.
Cheryl.
But yeah, that was another one. I feel like I should watch it again just because, like, I realized, like, how little I remember about that movie. I just remember thinking, like, yo, that's really fucking scary, man. They save your life, you think, everything's gravy, and then, like, shit starts going crazy.
You good, Lucas?
You start stabbing niggas.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looks like you just found out you had a kid.
I just realized, like,
What?
it was mostly old movies. Mostly older horror flicks that I liked.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thrillers. It wasn't really, like, anything new. The newest thing is probably The Paranormal 4.
Mm-hmm.
The marked ones.
The marked ones, yeah, that one was lit. He's like, hey man, we always coming in here eating all my food. He's like, what do you mean eating all your food? I'm eating a fucking tortilla because there's nothing in your fridge. So you're just like a plain tortilla eating a plain ass tortilla.
Oh, God.
You should watch that again. It's just hilarious.
Shit was hysterical.
But to watch that tonight.
So you got like 13 ghosts. I'm not gonna do Eternal Darkness. It's kind of cheap. But 13 Ghosts Paranormal, and then Body Parts. I guess Annabelle 2.
Yeah?
Annabelle 2 was nice. I like that.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I have.
was good.
I didn't.
I saw the two Conjuring movies.
I didn't see
Nope.
the first one though.
First Annabelle,
Yeah, I didn't see
it's
it.
kind of doo-doo,
Nah, I ain't.
It's kind of
but yeah, it's kind of
doo
doo-doo.
doo.
Nah.
I mean, there was obviously stuff I didn't like about the movie. You know what? It almost. I feel like I probably won't like it.
The first one?
No,
Oh, you
the
probably
second
won't.
one.
Just.
The second one, I think I'm still like. I'm still infatuated by like the whole fucking like
The
4D
4D.
experience that
Yeah.
that I watched with it. I think that's why. Because I saw the 4D, I was like, yeah, this movie's lit. That shit takes you places. It makes you feel like you're going places. It's like, oh, it's because the seats actually move.
Oh.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never
Oh,
been
right.
to
No, right.
any-
He wasn't here when we were
Oh,
talking
you
about
weren't here when I
that.
was talking about
He wasn't
that.
here when we were talking
When I
about
was
it
in
before.
Mexico, we went
Yeah.
to go see Annabelle 2, my last night in
Yeah.
the city. And they were like, yeah, it's super cheap. It's like the fucking theaters, it's super cheap over here. It's like gonna be like 60 pesos. And I'm like, 60 pesos? It's like $4 and change.
Damn.
I was like, that's mad cheap. I'll pay for everybody's ticket. So we went,
Yeah.
and we got a big group to go. Like in the end, like a bunch of us showed up. So we went out to see the movie, and we go to buy the ticket. We go to buy the earliest one that we could get because it was already like 8 o'clock or something. And we had to leave pretty early the next day. So we got I buy the ticket, and I bought it one for me and one for my niece. And I checked the thing, and it was like, I asked her like, how much is it? And she's like 220 pesos. I'm like, 220 pesos? That's not 40 bucks. That's not 40 pesos a pop. What the fuck is this? So, so I'm like, fuck it. You know, I didn't want to say anything. I'm like, I'm not gonna ruin the experience. I'm gonna try to enjoy it. My niece is like her first time out, so I wanna like, you know, I don't wanna like talk shit. So I was like, fuck it, whatever. It's like, I got money, doesn't matter. So we watch it. We go in, and the movie starts, and it starts off with like a bus ride. And I'm like, oh, the way they shot this is interesting because it almost feels like you like. The camera makes you feel like you're kind of moving, like it's kind of like disorienting me. But then like I started realizing like the shit started rumbling a little bit. And I'm like, you know, I thought maybe it was like the speakers was kind of like OD, like the subs. But then I realized like, yo, these fucking chairs move. I was like, these entire chairs move. And I look back, and you know, my whole group, they're all like looking like dumbfounded, and then my niece's boyfriend was like, yo, I thought I broke the chair. I said, you fat ass. She said that. I think my niece told me, she was like, I thought Jeffrey broke the chair. I was like, you're fucking savage.
Oh, that's fucking great.
So, you're watching the movie, and then like when the first jump scares start coming out, it catches everybody off guard. Right? Because I'm thinking like it only moves. And the first like little jump scare they try to give you is the father's playing hide and seek with his daughter, and the daughter, the way she plays hide and seek is mad creepy. Yeah. Because she writes a little note. She writes a little note on a piece of paper, and the room that he's in, she slides the note underneath underneath the door. She's like, chills. She's like, come find me, and I'm like, no. That's creepy as fuck. Yeah. Right. And I'm not like at this point you don't know what is going on in the movie, right? You're not sure. You just know that there's a doll maker making these creepy ass dolls in this room. And then a little note just comes up underneath his door next to a bunch of wood shavings, and it just says, come find me.
No, thank you.
And I'm like, huh? And he gets up and he like opens the door. I'm like, you really gonna go look? Are you out of your fucking mind? And he goes finding more and more note. Like, he goes into the house, and then another little note slides underneath one of the doors, and he picks it up, getting warmer. And then he goes into like the piano room, and there's like a note on the piano. He picks it up, and it's like, you close or some shit like that. He puts it down, he disappears, and then the little girl comes and she picks up the note and it says, I found you. And then the father comes back into the screen and you know, finds her, and when that shit happens, the seats just like jolt up a little bit.
Oh, it actually like, forces the scare on you.
Just like, what the fuck?
It's like, I don't like that.
And it like syncs up with the movie so well.
Yeah.
So there'll be like, you know, there'll be like scenes where like a door will slam or some shit, and the seats will shock up, and like the really, really like the bigger jump scares, the ones that are supposed to like really get you, even without fucking like all this like moving seat shit, was worse because not only the seats jolt up and like the sound like booms and the fucking visuals are like you know, like the visuals and the sound are a little delayed to like make the effect a little better, a little more like impactful, but then you got like a blast of fucking air that comes out of the seats.
Oh shit!
It's like, psst, and you're just like, ah. Okay.
Yeah.
They should sell diapers.
Yes, can I get a large popcorn and a diaper, please?
We should try to find a theater here.
All right, give me like 30 seconds.
Yeah, we'll find one. We'll go see it.
We'll go see it. Ooh, if they have it. If they have it in 4D.
You know we're gonna go as a big ass group, right?
Hell yeah.
Because my niece and her boyfriend said that they wanted to go see it too.
Alright, let's go.
So I was like, let's do it. Alright.
Let's go. I don't mind. More people the better.
Let's go.
Lucas, you coming to see it?
Come through, Lucas. Okay, nigga.
Come on.
Come on. You too, Steve.
Alright, give me a fuck.
We're gonna chip in like
if we're gonna go see it, I'll go fucking see it.
It's go fund me, Lucas.
We buy the ticket, you better go.
Yo, I saw the scene.
What?
Which one?
With the sewer. Of the new one. Because they put it out like already on fucking Twitter. Yeah. I saw that shit. Yo, this dude is fire.
When I saw Annabelle 2, the trailers came out and I saw it then. I was like, oh.
That scene, yo, this dude is going to be fire.
Yo.
Who is that guy?
Bill Skarsgård, I think.
Skarsgård?
Yeah, Skarsgård.
He has a scary face.
Yeah.
What's his name?
Bill Skarsgård.
God damn, my fucking brightness.
One of the Final Destinations.
I don't know.
Set to angelic over here.
Oh man, my ass.
Yeah, but there's a weird thing on the second A.
He's German.
You said Bill?
Yeah, I think it's Bill.
BILLSKARSGARD.
Bill Crosby?
No, not Bill Crosby.
I'm gonna scare you with the
So we can pre-order tickets.
But they're saying like his performance is fucking chilling.
Oh,
Yeah.
he looks
As-
kind of weird, bro. No wonder they picked his ass. He's got like these crazy piercing eyes and his big ass forehead.
Who? Him as as Pennywise?
No,
Or just like him in general?
Him in general.
Wait, let me see.
He's got the piercing eyes and the big ass forehead.
Let me see. Let me see. Oh my.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, he's
a True Blood's kid.
And then there's.
he was in that TV show Hemlock Grove.
Yeah, that's creepy. You know, it's good. I see it.
You
Oh.
see,
I see
Future
him. I see
Joker.
him.
You see
Yeah, they're
what's going on?
creepy. I do. I do.
Let's
I
see
do.
how he does first as Pennywise.
Um,
Do they have are they doing a 4D thing?
I'm checking.
Let's find out.
you imagine they give him the role for with the Joker after this movie. He gets a fucking Oscar.
I'm interested to see what Scorsese wants to
that's
do
okay, yeah.
with that.
Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah, with Leonardo DiCaprio. I'm just intrigued to see what's the tone of that.
So
I mean,
the one in Union Square has the 4D shit.
Is it? But
It's
are they
so
showing
it's-
that particular one?
I don't have time. Oh wait, I don't know. I gotta check, like each day individually.
So you would
'cause-
have to actually sit on the chair though.
Oh right, I would have to transfer into one.
So
Yeah.
transfer into one. What's
I
the
can
big
do
deal
that.
about
I mean,
What's the big
So
deal
that
about
if
is-
they'll
that?
let me,
Huh?
Yeah.
if they'll let me
Yeah.
transfer into one, yeah,
Why
I'd do
wouldn't
it.
they?
I don't know.
It's alright.
I don't know, nigga.
Alright, well, click where you want.
I'm not
You
seeing
just
it
gotta pick the
actually.
seats where,
Certain movies might not
I don't think
they might
it
not have
has
filmed.
it.
Yeah,
yeah, true.
Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it.
because that has to be specifically done for a particular movie.
yeah,
Yeah.
the director actually has to sit
Yeah,
and
yeah.
fucking figure that shit out.
I want 4D.
Yo, put
It's like
I don't
right
care.
as
I just really want to see this movie
I want to
because
see some 4D porn.
what?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah.
I get down with that.
this is a rare case where people are actually saying, "Man, this lived up to the original." So I'm like, "Wow,
All right,
is
I'm
it
in.
that good?"
Tim Curry is
I
grinning
think-
in his grave.
Well, I think
He's not dead.
he's fucking dead, man.
Tim
Tim
Curry's
Curry is
totally
not
dead.
dead.
Fucking
He's
Dude.
totally dead.
He's really
anyway,
dead. I
I
saw
think
Mad
before we go see the new one,
Should we see the old one?
we should watch the old one
Nah,
together.
it's gonna ruin
Has
the whole.
has anybody not seen the original?
I
haven't seen-
recently saw the original, like maybe a week and a half
I've seen
ago.
like parts.
Okay,
Lucas,
I've seen parts of it.
Steve,
Yeah.
have you seen
I've seen it.
Okay.
I get the whole. Just
Yeah, oddly enough, the Stephen King movies I actually enjoy because they're books.
Oh, great. We're still recording.
Yeah, we're still doing things.
I guess I don't know. Everybody got their
Yeah.
I mean, we
We
all
got
our shit
we all
in.
had our stuffs.
2 cents out.
Yeah.
Alright, well,
Thank you
that
for joining
concludes
us.
This podcast.
This
Welcome. Thank you for joining us on the casting couch,
Yeah.
The casting couch.
Oh, word. I forgot about that.
the podcasting
The
couch.
podcasting couch.
Podcasting couch.
Well, because we
Podcasting
named our podcast something else.
Well, isn't it also
Oh, right,
because,
Marveo.
Yeah.
is it because the podcasting couch is already taken?
I don't know.
give
Yeah,
a fuck.
it did, yeah.
We're not monetized anymore, so it doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter. Just fucking do it.
We could use it. So
do it.
thank you for joining us on podcasting house. Make sure to wipe your seat.
Podcasting house.
Yeah.
Fuck.
You could
Next
just put a
time.
graphic over that, right, Lucas?
Put a
Just like
pornographic over it.
over that
Just put a
recording.
porno.
Yeah, just put
Yeah,
porno-
just put.
Yeah,
I just make a couch and put heads on it.
yeah, put a
Okay.
pornographic over it.
Yeah.